think you know Malta, little island, big churches, Instagram couples floating in the Blue Lagoon. But here's the plot twist. Malta is way more than your feed makes it out to be. Ever wondered where you can cliff dive into neon blue water, walk ancient streets older than the pyramids, and then party with locals until sunrise, all on the same day? Stick around, because we're about to break Malta wide open. A hidden beach with water clearer than your ex's lies, a local pastry that will ruin every diet plan you ever made, and a medieval city that feels like you've wandered into a movie set. Because, spoiler, you probably have. Ready? Let's go. Welcome to Valletta. Not just a capital city, this is a fortress on steroids. Founded by knights in shiny armor, bombed to rubble in World War II, and somehow still standing taller than your data plan bill. Start at St. John's Co-Cathedral. From the outside, plain, beige, May. Inside, Baroque madness. Gold exploding everywhere, like someone handed Caravaggio a glitter cannon. Speaking of Caravaggio, his masterpiece, The Beheading of St. John, lives here. It's violent, it's dramatic, it's art that makes Netflix thrillers look tame. Then wander Republic Street. Cafes spill onto the sidewalks, balconies stacked like Jenga towers, and locals sipping Kinney, the island's bittersweet soda that tastes like cola met Mediterranean herbs. Translation: you'll either love it or spit it out immediately. But Valletta hides a surprise underground. Literally. The Lascaris War Rooms, secret tunnels where Malta's World War II defense was run. Imagine Churchill chain-smoking in the corner while plotting moves. Yes, this tiny island held off a Nazi siege longer than some Netflix shows last. But the best view of Valletta? You don't even get it inside Valletta. We'll come back to that. Hop a 5-minute ferry across the Grand Harbor, and you land in the three cities: Vittoriosa, Senglea, and Cospicua. Valletta's quieter, cooler cousins. Here's where the knights actually lived. Narrow lanes where laundry dangles overhead. Stone staircases carved like something out of Game of Thrones. Also filmed here, by the way. Hungry? Time for your first local addiction, Pastizzi. These flaky pastries come in two main flavors, ricotta or mushy peas. They cost about 50 cents, and yes, you will eat 5 before you admit you're full. Best spot? Crystal Palace in Rabat, where trays of steaming Pastizzi fly out faster than TikTok trends. The Senglea viewpoint. Cross the old fort walls, and you see Valletta rising across the harbor like a floating stage set. Sunset here, pure cinema. But wait, Malta isn't just stone cities. Let's chase the coast. Forget hotel pools. Malta builds its own, straight out of limestone. St. Peter's Pool, a natural swimming hole where locals dive off cliffs like they're auditioning for the Olympics. Bring reef shoes unless you enjoy stubbed toes as a souvenir. Drive further, and you hit Marsaxlokk. Yes, it looks unpronounceable. Say Marsaxlokk. It's a fishing village painted with candy-colored boats, each one marked with a painted eye to ward off evil. On Sundays, the market explodes with fish so fresh, they're still giving you side-eye. Order lampuki pie, a seasonal fish baked into golden crust. But Malta's real secret seafood spot? It isn't even on the main island. Ferry time. 25 minutes across the channel, and boom, you're in Gozo. If Malta is the extrovert, Gozo is the chill sibling that reads books and hosts sunset picnics. Start in Victoria's citadel. Walk the ramparts, and you see the whole island stretched out like a toy model. Villages, farms, sea shimmering on all sides. It's basically Malta's version of a panoramic Instagram shot guaranteed. But the coast steals the show. Ramla Bay, red gold sand that looks photoshopped. Exlendi, tiny cove where restaurants grill calamari so fresh it might have known your waiter personally. And then there's the ghost of the Azure Window. Remember that giant stone arch that collapsed in 2017? Gone. But the dive site beneath it? Still legendary. Locals will tell you, the arch may have fallen, but the magic didn't. Gozo has temples, older than Stonehenge. Gantaya, a Neolithic complex from 3600 BC. Translation: while Egypt was still figuring out pyramids, Gozo was already stacking megaliths like pros. Now for the Instagram beast, the Blue Lagoon. Comino Island, population 2. Water clarity, insane. Tourist density, also insane. Here's the hack. Don't go midday. Go early morning or even better, late afternoon. When the day trippers leave, the lagoon turns from shoulder-to-shoulder selfie sticks into your personal screensaver. Rent a kayak, paddle out to the smaller coves, and suddenly you're floating in turquoise silence. Pack your own picnic, otherwise you'll be stuck with a floating snack bar that sells burgers for yacht prices. But Malta isn't only about sun. At night, this place transforms. When the sun drops, Malta goes full party island. Paceville, in St. Julian's, is where neon lights, cheap shots, and international DJs collide. It's chaotic, it's sweaty. It's where you'll probably lose both your dignity and one shoe. But locals know the better scene is smaller. Valletta's Straight Street, once the Sailor Red Light District, now packed with cocktail bars and jazz joints in alleys so narrow you can toast strangers across the street. Drink to try? Sisk lager. Light, crisp, basically Malta in a bottle. Or go for Hobbs Bizjite at midnight, a crusty Maltese bread stuffed with tuna, capers, and olives. The kind of drunk food that makes kebabs jealous. And if you think nightlife is wild, wait until you see the festas. Every Maltese village has a patron saint, and when festa season hits, summer especially, each town competes like Eurovision with fireworks. Streets draped in banners, brass bands parading, statues carried shoulder high, and enough fireworks to rattle your fillings. Locals drink, dance, and hand you food like your family. That's Malta's vibe in one word: community. Even if you showed up as a stranger, you're leaving stuffed with food, a little drunk, and maybe carrying a paper flag you don't remember accepting. One festa highlight? Zeppeli, fried dough balls dusted with sugar. Eat them while fireworks boom overhead, and you'll forget every diet you ever promised yourself. Here's the twist. Malta isn't just medieval knights and blue water. It's prehistoric. Hagar Kim and Menajdra temples stand on the south coast, older than the pyramids, older than Stonehenge, older than almost any structure on Earth. Carved limestone altars, aligned with solstices, built by people whose names we'll never know. Stand there at sunset, see behind you ancient stones glowing gold, and you realize Malta isn't just a travel destination, it's a time machine. So that's Malta, tiny island, massive personality. Valletta's golden drama, Gozo's red sand calm, festas that shake the sky, and food that destroys your willpower. But don't stop here. If Malta already had you dizzy with history, food, and chaos, just wait until you dive into the ultimate Malta beach guide. Because yes, this island isn't only about temples and cities. It's also got secret coves, cliff-jumping spots, and sandy stretches where the Mediterranean feels like your private pool. Link below. Watch it now.